Hey, what's up, guys? This is Dennis, and you're watching Nerd Review. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Ask David Brave, episode 4. It's been a month, so I think I'm going to, kind of chime in here and make sure everything's fine. If you guys liking the videos, if you're not, let me know, and, I can try to tweak or change things. But I'm having fun answering your questions, and I hope you're having fun watching me answer them. So, let's dive right in. I have a list of questions right here. You're just going to have to believe me because you can't see them, so just believe me. There's a list of questions right here. Like, right here? Yeah. Okay. First question. What do I put on my hamburgers? This was like a joke question. I kind of said, I was like, you ask me any questions you want. It doesn't have to be Power Ranger related. And I said, what do I put on my hamburgers? And then someone called me on it. But, joke's on you, I was going to answer it anyway. So really, you didn't ask me a question. So you owe me a question. I'm a simple hamburger guy. Cheeseburger, plain and dry. Sauce, nothing. Just cheeseburger. I can eat cheeseburger. But if I have to put stuff on it, it's either a bacon cheeseburger with A1 sauce, or like a smokehouse western burger with barbecue sauce, bacon, and like onion petals or onion chips, onion rings, stuff like that. It's delicious. You should try it. Next question. Why does RC Cola taste so good? I can't answer that because I don't know why RC Cola tastes so good. Partly because I haven't had RC Cola in like 10 or so years. I really haven't seen it in stores since leaving Ohio like 17 years ago. So I can't answer that. But I can tell you why Dr. Pepper tastes so good, because it's magical and delicious. It's like Lucky Charms of the soda community. And if you don't agree with me, well, you're un-American. Dr. Pepper's America. Next question. Favorite Zyudenchi? If you go Guardian Beast Zyudenchi, which, by the way, if you guys don't know what a Zyudenchi is, it's the batteries and Dino Chargers for Kyurager and Power Ranger Dino Charge. If you go the Guardian Beast, which are for Rangers 1 through 10 and 00 if you count Death Ruger or Kiryu Navy. Guardian Beast, I'd have to say 1, Gabutira, because he's a giant T-Rex, and T-Rexes are also always awesome. Brave In. And Terragordon, Kiryu Gold, and Angliodon for Kiryu Cyan. Angliodon is amazing. He's Cyan. And I think that's good enough reason. If you go with the support Zyudenchi, or the Victory Zyudenchi and Carnival, I think Carnival tops them all. I love Carnival mode. But if you go with the other ones, Alumeris, the Flamethrower, and Overupu, which is the one that lets out the toxic gas. And my favorite Overupu moment is when they used it in Kyurujin, and Gabutira lets out a fart. Which, it's a kid's kind of fun joke. I thought it was funny. I don't think we're going to see in Dino Charge because Saban seems to be more serious about stuff like that. So, if we see it, that'd be awesome because it'd be another funny fart joke that made it onto television. And we don't really get a lot of those lately. We need more. Get on that. Next question. Top 5 Super Sentai series and top 5 Power Ranger seasons. Well, for Sentai, I've only seen 2 complete series. So, I've seen half of Zyuranger, I've seen all ToQger and Kyurager, so I can't say a top 5. But, I think so far, everything I've seen, I like ToQger the most. I think just Train's imagination kind of spoke to my kid heart. Power Ranger seasons, I'd have to say number one, Dino Thunder. Two would be Mighty Morphin Season 2, White Ranger, Thunder Zords. That's all I gotta say. Three would be In Space. Four, Zeo. And five, sit down for this one, Super Mega Force. And I have my reasons, mostly because that's what brought me back into Power Rangers. And it was nice seeing, the Legendary Rangers come back at the very end. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. I haven't seen a lot of Power Rangers over the years. I've just seen the ones that are current, what I grew up on, and then I watched Dino Thunder during my, reintroduction back into Power Rangers. So, next question. What got you started customizing, painting, modifying, all that? Well, I've always been kind of tweaking or making things my own since I was little. I want to blame Legos because Legos, I kept getting Legos for Christmas or birthday or, just randomly. And I always kept making random different things. And, my imagination can sometimes be really, really out there. And I can, tweak or change things that really are I question why I do things. And that's probably not good. But I feel like if, you buy something, it's yours, make it your own. If you want to tweak something, give something a little paint, put a decal on it, or, go out outside in the rain and, play around with a sword and it gets rusted, who cares? That's yours. Have fun with it. And really with me, I've always liked, messing and changing things to make it, better or cooler or different. I believe this is the last question. No, second to last. This question is, list more things you're into. The last video for number 3 for the Ask Bit Brave, I just kind of rambled on about other things I'm into. I just kind of looked around the room and picked things. I forget what I said in that video, but I like Doctor Who. Marvel, I just finished watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Again, I'm looking around the room like I don't know what I'm into. That's weird. Is that weird? Top of my head, I can't think. I'm doing it again. Sorry. Iron Man, Marvel, stuff like that. I like Batman. I just watch a lot of TV, Netflix and stuff. Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, TV, movies, technology. I'm a big tech person. Probably bad that I'm so into tech because I can't afford all the stuff that I want. But, I play games, Nintendo stuff. I'm not hardcore into online games. I'm not good at MMOs or FPSs. I don't know. I don't have the coordination to remember macros and, gotta do this and I gotta do that. I got 4 seconds for this. I got 5 seconds. I just can't do it. I'm more of a controller, 8-bit, side scroller type person. And last question, what was your favorite thing to customize? I've customized a lot of things over the years, and really the top of my head, I'd have to say it was recently, last November at Ranger Stop. I made 2 Game Boys. I made a Megaforce Black and a Super Megaforce Green. That was going to show Azim Risk, who plays Jake off Megaforce or Megaforce. And I made 2, and every time I would do an update, I always tag him in it, and he'd come in and then, something like that, and he'd look at it, so he knew about it. And I finally got to his table at Ranger Stop. The first day of Ranger Stop, I just went, I gotta do this. So I went to the table, I had both Game Boys in hand, and he's talking to a kid, and he looks up, and he sees the Game Boys, and he goes, "You're the Game Boy guy. 1 minute." And he went back and talked to the kid. I was like, oh, so he remembers the Game Boys. He remembers liking them or stuff. Well, I have in my hand, and finally the little girl leaves, and I'm talking to Lainey, who was, I think she's the manager, or assistant, or I forget her exact, I believe she's manager of, the Rangers. Someone over there. Talking to her, I paid for a poster, autograph, all that, and I moved on to him, and He shakes my hand, goes, "I've been following you. I couldn't wait to see these." So I go, "Well, I'm glad, I'm glad you liked it." He's like, "Yeah, dude, these are amazing." And he goes, "Which one am I?" He goes, "Heavy one to sign." So I hand him the green one and said, "Okay, sign this one." And he's signing it, and he looks at it. He's like, "This is awesome." And I go, "Well, if you turn it on, the screen lights up green for your character." And he goes, "What?" Turns it on. And he goes, "Well, that's awesome." And I go, "And the buttons are custom. Everything in this Game Boy is custom made from some great people." And that's awesome. And then and then he said something. Are you getting a poster? I was like, "Yeah, I'm getting a poster." He goes, "Wait, let me see the black one." So I had on the black Game Boy, and he goes, "I'm signing this one, right?" I go, No, don't sign that one." He's like, "Why am I not signing it?" And I go, "Because that one's yours." And he just looks up, and he just gives me the blankest, just emotionless stare, and he just "What?" I was like, "Well, I made that one for you. I made two, one for me and one for you." And he just goes, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, that's why I made two. I made one for Mega Force Black and one for Super Mega Force Green. And since you started with Mega Force Black, I want you to have the Black Game Boy." And his expression was just, I was like, "Oh, he really loves it." And he was just excited. He's just grinning from cheek to cheek and just super excited. And I was like, I'm glad you like it." And he goes, "I love it." And he goes, "I don't have any Game Boy games. Is there anybody here some Game Boy games?" I'm like, "Oh, well, I included Power Rangers the movie." And he turns it around and he goes, "No." I go, "Also the screen." And he turns on and he goes, "The screen's green." I'm like, "Yeah, it's green for both." And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Also, the headphone jack has been modified, so it's louder for headphones." And he goes, "What?" I go, It's a custom Game Boy for you to play." And he's flipping out, and he takes one of the posters and he just writes, he does signatures like, "This Game Boy's killer," and he signs it and then just throws it at me, and he goes, "We're taking a picture." Took his helmet, ran around, and I was like, "What is going on?" And it was probably one of the best moments ever, because one, I was being a ranger, and by that up to that point, I only met JDF in March. In November, Azine was the second ranger ever to be met by me, and I messed that sentence up, but I'm excited. And I was like, "What's going on?" Took a picture, which is my default profile, I believe, on Instagram. Yeah, it's my default. And that was one of the probably favorite things I've customized, because I actually gave it to him and he flipped out. It was amazing. He was flipping out. Laney was flipping out next to him. People behind me were like, "What is going on?" And people start walking up, and he's like, "Dude." And he goes, "You see the Game Boy?" And then everybody's looking, and then everybody's like, "Dude, what is that?" I'm like, "It's a Game Boy." Yeah, yes. I was just shocked. And he was like, and then other people were coming up, and I was, I guess, hogging too much time, which I was. So he's like, I gotta get back." He goes, come back some, whenever, and we'll talk more." And sure enough, I came back an hour later. We chatted more, and the next day I came back. I got my key set signed, and he was just, every time I saw him, he goes, "Game Boy." And I was like, "Oh my god, he remembers me. It's awesome." And on Instagram, I talked to his assistant, Lainey, or manager, Lainey. I don't forget what she does. And actually, she wants a Game Boy made whenever I see her next. So, if she does the same excitement for it, then it's probably going to be my second favorite. Because really just the excitement that he had was just made everything, the last month and a half, 2 months from that point, cramming, making sure everything works, changing ideas, making sure it's perfect, just paid off completely. That weekend, whatever else happened that weekend, I was dead set, excited, done. Everything was amazing. Because after that, I did the Austin's VIP, so the rest of the weekend was just walking on air. It was amazing. And yeah, that's probably one of my favorite things I've customized. And I've just realized, look at the clock, I talked a lot about that. But answer the question. So Hope you enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to end the video now because we're at the 15-minute mark. Well, close to. But, yeah, that's about it. So, hope you enjoy the questions. I missed the click. And I'll post, this will air, so it airs now. I'll post a question post after this video airs. So, once you're done watching this, go to Instagram, leave a question. Okay? Good night, good morning, good afternoon, good day. Brave in. Oh, I unbraved. Yeah, goodbye.